Adaeze, a skilled weaver, was another victim of Chiamaka's vicious gossip. Adaeze was known for her beautiful, intricate designs, which were sought after by many. One day, Chiamaka saw Adaeze receiving a bundle of rare, brightly colored threads from a merchant. In the heart of Nigeria, nestled among rolling hills and large forests, lay the vibrant village of Nkanu. This village was a close-knit community where everyone knew each other, and the traditions were deeply rooted. Among its inhabitants was a woman named Chiamaka, which in Igbo meant God is beautiful. However, her name stood in stark contrast to her actions and character, for Chiamaka was notorious for being the village's chief gossip. Chiamaka had an uncanny ability to gather information. Nothing that happened in Kanu ever escaped her ears. From the quarrels between married couples to the secrets of the village elder, she took great pleasure in spreading rumors and falsehoods, often embelling stories to make them more dramatic. Her malicious tongue wreaked havoc in the lives of many, causing strife and discord. One day, Chiamaka overheard conversation between Nkem, a respected elder, and his wife, Adanna. Nkem confided in Adanna about a sensitive matter regarding a conflict between two neighboring villages. Chiamaka, hiding behind a nearby tree, listened intently. By the next morning, the story had taken on a life of its own. According to Chiamaka, Nkem was plotting to betray their village to the enemies for a bag of gold. The rumors spread like wildfire, causing panic and distrust among the villagers. Nkem, who had always been a pillar of integrity, was devastated by the false accusations. He called a meeting with the village elders to clear his name, but the damage had been done. The seed of doubt planted by Chiamaka's gossip had already taken root. Another instance of Chiamaka's meddling involved a young couple, Obinna and Ezinne. They were newly married and deeply in love. Chiamaka, out of jealousy, concocted a story that Ezinne was seen with another man from a neighboring village, who in a fit of rage and hurt confronted Ezinne. The confrontation escalated into a public spectacle, with neighbors taking sides and further fueling the fire. It took months for Obinna and Ezinne to rebuild the trust, and their relationship was never quite the same. Chiamaka's most infamous act of gossip involved Kelechi, a young man who was away from the village for trade. Chiamaka, knowing full well that Kelechi was alive and well, spread the false news that he had died in a distant land. The fabricated detailed account of Kelechi claiming he had been attacked by bandits and left for dead. The entire village mourned for Kelechi. His family grieved deeply, and his fiancée, Ifunanya, was inconsolable. A sober atmosphere enveloped the village, and a memorial service was held in Kelechi's honor. The villagers gathered around Kelechi's home, offering condolences and support to heartbroken family. Ifunanya, devastated by the loss of her beloved, fell into a deep depression. She refused to eat or speak, consumed by grief. Her family feared for her well-being, and the entire village shared in her sorrow. Kelechi's parents were equally shattered, losing and joy he had brought into their lives. In another instance, Chiamaka saw Emeka, a young and ambitious farmer, conversing with the chief's daughter, Enena. They were merely discussing farming techniques and how to improve crop yields. Chiamaka, seeing an opportunity to create more chaos, spread a rumor that Chiamaka and Enena were planning to elope and steal from the village's grain store to start a new life elsewhere. This falsehood led to an uproar. Enena's reputation was tarnished, and her parents were furious. Chiamaka, who had worked hard to earn the respect of the village elders, found himself ostracized and accused of betrayal, with some siding with Chiamaka, while others demanded harsh punishment for their supposed trickery. Chiamaka's next target was Chidi, a fisherman who was well loved in the village for his generosity and kind heart. Chidi often shared his catch with less fortune. One evening, Chiamaka saw Chidi speaking with a trader who had recently arrived from a distant land. Chiamaka, ever eager to spin a tale, spread a rumor that Chidi was trading the village's fish supply for magical charms and dark potions. The villagers who relied on Chidi's catch for their daily meals were horrified. They began to avoid his fish, fearing they were tainted with dark magic. Chidi's livelihood suffered, and he struggled to understand why his once loyal customers had turned against him. Despite his plea of innocence, the damage to his reputation was done. Daisy, a skilled weaver, was another victim of Chiamaka's vicious gossip. Daisy was known for intricate designs, which were sought after by many. One day, Chiamaka saw Daisy receiving a bundle of rare, brightly colored threads from a merchant. Chiamaka quickly spread the rumors that Daisy had stolen the threads from the merchant and that her designs were enhanced to bring misfortune to those who wore them. Customers stopped buying Daisy's woven goods, fearing the supposed enchantments. Daisy, who had worked hard to perfect her craft, was heartbroken and struggled to make a living. She tried to clear her name, but Chiamaka's lies had already taken root in the villagers' minds. Okonko, a brave warrior who was the pride of Nkanu, wasn't spared by Chiamaka's gossip. He had defended the village from numerous threats and was highly respected. Chiamaka, however, saw an opportunity to bring him down. She fabricated a story that Okonko had been seen accepting gifts from the enemy in exchange for information about the village's defenses. The villagers, already on edge from previous rumors, were quickly to believe Chiamaka's tale. Okonko's honor was questioned, and he was stripped of his title and duties. The warrior, who had always fought valiantly for his village, found himself shunned and disgraced. Chiamaka's rumor mongering did not stop there. One day, she noticed Amara, the village healer, speaking in hushed tones with a traveler. Chiamaka, always on the lookout for juicy tidbits, eavesdropped on their conversation. In reality, Amara was discussing herbal remedies for the traveler's ailing mother. However, Chiamaka twisted the story and spread the word that Amara was conspiring with outsiders to poison the village's water supply. Panic ensued as villagers feared for their lives. The trust in Amara, who had dedicated her life to healing, was shattered. Men avoided her, and some even demanded she leave the village. Amara, bewildered, tried to defend herself, but Chiamaka's lies had already sown down distrust. Chiamaka's most malicious act was the false news of Kelechi's death. When Kelechi left the village for trade, Chiamaka saw an opportunity to create a dramatic story. She spread the false news that Kelechi had been attacked by baddies and left for dead in a distant land. To make her story more believable, she described how she had heard the news from a traveler who had supposedly witnessed the attack. The village was drawn into mourning. Kelechi's family was devastated, and Ifunanya, his fiancée, was inconsolable. The village elders organized a memorial service, and the entire community gathered for pay their respect. Chiamaka reveled in the attention, basking in the sorrow she had created. When Kelechi returned, alive and well, the village was initially overjoyed. However, the joy quickly turned into anger as they realized they had been dumped. Kelechi, bewildered by the reception, was quickly informed of the rumors of his death. As the trust unfolded, the village's sorrow turned into outrage. The community, already on edge from Chiamaka's previous edicts, erupted into anger. Murmurs of the past misdeeds grew louder, and a sense of collective fury built up against her. The village of Nkanu had had enough of Chiamaka's malicious behavior. The elders convened to discuss the best course of action. After much deliberation, they decided that Chiamaka's presence was too toxic and disruptive. They summoned Chiamaka to the council hut, where the village chief, Ogbuefi, addressed her. Chiamaka and Ogbuefi began, his voice heavy with disappointment. Your actions have brought nothing but pain and division to our village. Your name means God is beautiful, but your behavior is far from it. You have used your words to harm others, and for this, you must face the consequences. Chiamaka, for the first time, felt the weight of her actions. The village elders declared that she would be excommunicated from Nkanu, a fate reserved for only the gravest offenses. She was given until sunset to gather her belongings and leave the village. As Chiamaka packed her belongings, she was confronted by people she had wronged. Nkem, with sadness in his eyes, said, "You have tarnished my name and caused me great suffering. Chiamaka, I hope you'll find it in your heart to change." Obinna and Ezinne stand together and ended. Your lies almost destroyed our love, but you have learned the value of truth and trust. Amara, the healer, looked at Chiamaka with a mix of pity and sadness. Your falsehoods have made me an outcast. I hope you understand the weight of your words. Emeka and Enena, stand side by side, said, "You tried to ruin our reputation and dreams. We hope you realize the damage you have done." Kelechi, holding Ifnanya's hand, looked at Chiamaka with a mix of pity and anger. "You have made my family and fiancé grieve for no reason. May you understand the pain you have caused." With these words anchoring in her mind, Chiamaka left Nkanu, walking the path to an uncertain future. The village, relieved by her departure, vowed to ensure such a situation never happened again. The elders gathered once more to discuss measures to prevent gossip and slander. They decided to implement a new rule. Anyone caught spreading false rumors would face severe punishment, including fines and public apologies. The village herald, Emeka, was tasked with announcing the new decree to all the villagers. One time, Nkanu began to heal from the wounds caused by Chiamaka's gossip. Trust was slowly rebuilt, and the villagers became more mindful of their words and actions. They understood the power of words and the importance of using them wisely. Years passed, and Chiamaka's story became a cautionary tale for the children of Nkanu. Parents would tell their children, "Remember Chiamaka, who now meant God is beautiful, but whose actions were far from it. Let our story be a lesson to always speak the truth and to use your word to build, not to destroy." Chiamaka, meanwhile, wandered from a village to village, never quite finding a place to call home. She often reflected on her past, filled with regret and longing for the community she had lost. She eventually settled in a distant village where she lived a quiet life, away from the turmoil she once thrived in. She spent her days helping others and seeking redemption for her past deeds. One day, a traveler from Nkanu passed through Chiamaka's new village. He approached and shared news of Nkanu's prosperity and peace. Chiamaka listened intently, Feeling a pang of sorrow and nostalgia for her homeland, she realized that the villagers had moved on, learning from her mistakes and growing stronger as a community. In her solitude, Chiamaka decided to write letters to the people she had wronged, seeking forgiveness. She wrote to Enkem, Obinna, Ezinna, Amara, Emeka, Enena, Kelechi, Ifunanya, and many others, impressing her deep remorse and acknowledging the pain she had caused. These letters were a way of making amends, hoping to find some measure of peace. The letters reached Nkanu, and the villagers, though still wary of Chiamaka, appreciated her gesture. The elders read the letters aloud during a village meeting, and the community discussed forgiveness and reconciliation. While some were still hurt, many agreed that Chiamaka's action in seeking forgiveness were a step in the right direction. As time passed, Chiamaka's letters became a symbol of repentance and the power of seeking for forgiveness. The villagers of Nkano used her story to teach future generations about the consequences of gossip and the importance of integrity. Chiamaka's tale became an integral part of Nkano's cultural heritage, a reminder that even the most tarnished heart could seek redemption. Chiamaka herself found solace in knowing that her letters had reached Nkano and that her story had become a lesson for others. She continued to live a life of humility and service, dedicating herself to helping others and using her words for good. The village of Nkano thrived, its people were bound by trust and mutual respect. The rule against gossip remained a cornerstone of their community, ensuring that lessons learned from Chiamaka's story were never forgotten. Nkano became known far and wide. Nkano became known far and wide as a village of harmony, where beauty of truth and the strength of unity prevailed. In the end, Chiamaka's life was a testament to the transformative power of repentance and the enduring impact of one's action. Her name, God is Beautiful, took on a new meaning, reflecting the beauty of forgiveness and the possibility of redemption. And so, the tale of Chiamaka, the village gossip, lived on, teaching future generations the importance of speaking truth and living with integrity. Thanks for walking along with me. In case you are new here, consider subscribing to our channel. Yeah, I am your one and only MC Robbie and the King of Good Vibes.